Hey everybody, it's me Diamond. I'm back with an all new episode of an all new season that I have been waiting patiently for it to come out. It is Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. This reality show is my life. It gives me everything. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Especially what happened last season. I just cannot wait to what's going to happen this season. Cannot wait. All right, so we're starting off season 3, episode 1. So we're starting off with Maurice and Marceau. They're driving to Scott Manor. You know, at the end of last season, Scott, I don't know why I'm saying his last name, but Marceau and Letitia wanting to get on these land and create Scott Manor, a manor for them to retire, have their kids and stuff like that. But apparently, it's been the raining season out there, so it's been setting them back to get the foundation for the house built. All the materials have been pretty much stagnant, not getting paid and not getting put out to start building it. So it's a frustration. And Marceau wants to tell his uncle that you know what, all these new ideas that Tisha wants to do, Marceau's being cheap. He needs to go ahead and just say, do my original plans. Tisha's just gonna have to suck it up because I remember last season Tisha wanted to create a cottage for her mother to stay. I'm like, nope. He does not want your mother near you. He does not want your mother near him, around him. No way. So he's like, pretty much F Tisha and her ideas because they're getting expensive. And of course, we keep pushing back on getting the foundation built. We need to get the home built. The home needs to be built. We keep on adding new stuff, adding more stuff. No, build it how I wanted to. Then they talk about Martell, and he's going on a strike. Why am I trying to already skip ahead? It's just I don't like Martell. So they talk about Martell being on Steve Harvey Morning Show and him pretty much giving a strawberry letter. And Marcel was like, you know what, Martell, he's standing up, but he needs to take accountability about what he did. He think he was wronged. You were not wrong, sir. You were not wronged. And Marcel was like, bro, I'm not trying to get down there with you. Maurice said something stupid. He said, I don't think he was wrong. I just think he should have bowed out gracefully. How is cheating on your wife bowing out gracefully? Or going strawberry letter, trying to explain his reactions, explain his emotions on what he did. He cheated on his wife for 5 years, had a baby, publicly humiliated her, and he's wronged. Okay. So we're now approaching to Melody. The divorce is final. She's not ready to date. She's mostly, ready to just be a mother and to find herself again. So she's loving it. Destiny comes by just to celebrate her newfound singleness, and she said her and Kimmy had a lunch and everything went cool. They actually have a lot in common. Then Kimmy started asking about LeBerick Avenue. Where is LeBerick Avenue? He's nowhere to be found. LeBerick Avenue is in the non-existent street because he's not here. So then Destiny flat out just say, well, just now I'm divorced. So now we're also celebrating your divorce. We're also celebrating my divorce. And we're like, I'm stumped. I'm like, Destiny just flats out because the Barrick posted on his page that he is now said he's now divorcing his ex-wife and now they're trying to be co-parent. I'm like, why couldn't you get that in the season? Last season you were a ghost. You were elsewhere. Not fair. Destiny is now coming up and saying she's divorced. And it's been about a month. A month. And Melanie was like, you couldn't tell a sister? You couldn't tell me? Why couldn't you tell me? Destiny didn't want to seem like a burden because Melody was happy about her divorce from Martell. Her song is being played. She's doing interviews, music videos, and she's pretty much in this newfound light. And she didn't want to bring that down by saying, I'm divorced now too. But she said, you couldn't even give me the opportunity to be a friend to you. You've been a friend to me in what I did, and what I was, not what I did, but what I was going through. And you couldn't allow me to do that for you? She said she wanted to be alone and deal with it herself. I think maybe she wanted to keep it from the cast. And I think she probably was alone, but I'm pretty sure she had her mom there with her. That's how I feel about it. So we see Marceau. He's at his office, and his daughter calls about some chips that she wants. Obviously, she doesn't know what brand, but he wants her to call him back and find out. Cute kid stuff. Kimmy comes in to help out with Marceau with meal prep because Tisha is in school finishing her master's degree, her second master's degree. So she kind of has been like, in Marceau's eyes, not being there for him, not, doing what a wife does. So he needs to figure out a way to feed himself without having to go for the obvious choices, which is fast food. So since Kimmy is a caterer, he asked her to meal prep him for the week, and that's what she did. She came by looking nice. Then Marceau wants to ask Kimmy to help plan Tisha's graduation. She said, "I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that." He's like, "Why? You know the issues I have with your wife, alongside her mailing ass mama. You know. That's a no, ma'am. I can help, cook, but I'm not going to help plan it. No, that's not what I'm going to do. Because of the way things have been. It's been the same constant battle between Kimmy and Tisha. All because Tisha cannot handle folks telling her what she did was wrong. Last season and the season before that. She can't handle it. And Kimmy is in the hot seat because one, she's a sister-in-law, and the other one is like Tisha feels this automatic soul tie that since you're my sister-in-law, that means that we're supposed to be like this. So if we like this, you can't tell me when I'm wrong. You can't do that. You gotta ride for me all day, every day. That's not how things works, Tisha. That's not how things works. You can't do that. So then, of course, we see Martell. He popping up at Destiny's salon. He's saying he is a free man and he wants to get back into business. So then, of course, we're talking about Destiny's baby. He's 9 months. He's moving. And then Martell talks about his post. Remember the post that he did sometime last year about his his youngest daughter started school. And he wants to do pretty much an appreciation post about how I can't believe my daughter's going to school. I've been there for all my kids' first days, and now this is my daughter's first day. I cannot wait to be here. But in the midst of that post, he counts out all of his kids, including the side chick's kid. He pretty much like admits it. He has 5 children. He had 4 with Melody and 5th with a random hoe. So him outing what he has in that post took a stir for folks. I didn't like it. I felt like all you had to do was just say, my daughter's going to school. I can't believe it. I'm such a dad, proud dad moment. You did not have to add the 5th kid for this being your, I will announce my kids when I want to. I have no problem claiming my kids. But this claim that you did, I felt like it was a dig to Mel. It was a dig to her parenting, a dig to, saying that you don't really love your kids. You don't support your kids. You don't be there for your kids. You're not a dad. So you doing this post about her first day of school, which you want to add the 5th kid that you feel like you've neglected, which you have, I believe. It wasn't necessary. It was doing too much. Martell's been doing a lot on live, a lot in interviews, and just being an asshole, period. He's just an asshole. In the midst of him being an asshole, this man is terrible at business. So he said he's partnering with a skincare product line that has like body oils, body butters, and shampoo line for men. So Destiny is like, okay, so you a partner? Where's the contract? Oh, he said, oh, there's no contract. I haven't signed it. So how are you promoting the product if you haven't signed anything? You basically working for free. You are a door-to-door salesman trying to get people to sign up for these products if you haven't signed anything. And it lets everybody know Melody was the brains of the operation in Holton Holt. And everything that they did, Melody knew ins and outs, and Martell was just a man in the suit. He was just a man in the suit. He was the image of people thought that this man knows what he's doing because this man looks good in a suit. That's all he was. Because it's stupid. And then he said that he did not want to jump on it because the divorce wasn't final yet, but you've been divorced for a couple of months now. So you have ample time to talk about this, get a contract signed, and get your committee, not committee, your commission. Because how are you going to bring in a product who you don't have the permission to promote if you don't have a contract? And Destiny could be in trouble if there's no paperwork online of this consignment thing of trying to sell these products in her store. So get that together, Martell. Then it's down to relationships, how he's been since the divorce. And then, how folks need to think twice about what they do and how, marriage is hard work. Yes, it is. And then, of course, you could bring it up to God and everything, but then Martell wants to drive it back to Destiny about how, it's the work of 2 people, but faith won't happen. Oh, yeah, faith, yeah. Her and LeBear, yeah, faith got that all done and done with. Then it led to him being more of a chauvinistic asshole because he couldn't handle Destiny's mouth because Destiny checks him about how since you felt like you did all you could in your marriage, but you was able to keep a balance of your mistress and your wife very well. So he wanted to say, this is why you in the predicament you in now. That's why you're getting a divorce. I'm like, oh, Martell, your slip is showing, sir. Your slip is showing. Don't do that. She said, you can't handle my mouth. I don't know what you're doing with me then. He said, that's why women need to be women and they need to let men be men. Otherwise, y'all going to end up alone. That's not what it is. Women just don't take bullshit, Martell. They don't take bullshit. You saying that out of your mouth, I don't know what I don't know what Ariane fucked your head up with, thinking that you was the man that was all men, you was buried in sliced bread. I don't know what she said to make you think that you could do what you want to do and not get checked. And when you get checked, you stutter, you go out of your way to bring everybody else's business, everybody else's issues, because you don't want to be the one in the hot seat. Newsflash, that hot seat was made for you. That is your name on it. That is your license plate. That's your shit, Martell. Eat that shit. Ooh, you always so mad. I'm so happy Destiny checks in because you can't handle my mouth. What the fuck you doing with me? I ain't not you finna let you walk all over me, say what you want to say, but when I say something back at you that pretty much checks all the things that you've done, and you can't, good night and goodbye. Good night and goodbye. Don't like that at all. So we get back to Melody. She's in her office and putting her kid to sleep. Work mode, super mom, amen. Then, talking about developing her business and the real estate world, entrepreneurial world, and her songs. I listen to her song. It's a vibe. I love it. I love it. So Chris comes by. Y'all remember Chris from last season. He was a pretty much a lifelong friend of Martell's and Melody. They have been a part of their lives for the longest, and they used to come to them for their marriage troubles. But since what happened last season, it didn't work. But Chris is on some business type, so of course we're going back to the 47 acres that Martell fumbled, and he could not do anything else with it. So he wants Mel to get on it, and Mel was like, "Okay." So does Martell know that you're inviting me to be involved in this because I don't want him to think that I'm stepping on his toes or making him think that he don't know what he's doing in this business. But if this is business only, I'm in. I don't want him to think that I'm all over like trying to tell him I'm better than him or he's feeling some type of way. So kudos to Mel for still putting him in that positive light that he's still a businessman, even though he's the scum of the fucking earth. I can't say nothing about that. So Mel's on board. I pretty much skipped over Tisha talking to her ignorant ass cousin, wanted to be on TV so bad about Marceau wanting to create a graduation. No, wanted to set up a graduation for her, and she already knows the surprise. Then they're talking about how if Kimmy's gonna be there. First of all, I don't know where you came from, cousin. You want to be on TV so bad, stay in your lane. And then T's talking about, well, if we want to move forward, we have to move forward. We can't keep going back. The only person who keeps going back, Tisha, is you. You keep bringing up past mistakes. And like Kimmy said last season, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from where we got here. Don't start from the middle, because that's where Tisha explains her reasoning and explains her story. She starts from the middle when she was wrong, where she felt wrong. But turns out in the beginning, you was on some bullshit and you got checked right here and you didn't like it. So then the graduation. Mel came, Marcel invited her. Mel's trying to still be positive and mending a friendship with Tisha after everything that they went through. Don't know why. Leave her where she's at. But she came, supportive. Tisha's father came, brother. Then, of course, her brother and Kiki talks to Kimmy about how they feel like what happened between the relationship. Kimmy says it flat out. I think that as far as our relationship goes, we just have a difference of opinions, and Tisha don't like that. Then Kiki's cousin, desperate for a storyline or desperate to be seen on TV as somebody who's trying to cap for her because Letitia ain't got no friends. She feels like Kimmy could have had her back more. And you know how Kimmy could have done more with Tisha. And Kimmy's like, okay, state a specific time. What exactly do you mean? Oh, the reunion. We're talking about the reunion from 2 years ago? When Tisha damn near backpedaled on not saying that she talked about Mel when she did. It was the question asked. Kimmy said, yeah, we talked about her. But it wasn't necessarily bad. It was mostly like, Melly's a post queen. She posts about things that she do. She likes to brag about things. But Kimmy stood steadfast and said, yeah, we did that. Tisha didn't want to say it. So she said, no, we didn't. So now Kiki's cousin. Now Kiki feel like you wanted me to lie. You wanted me to lie for Tisha and say we didn't do that just to say the fact that she was talking shit. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Kimmy is irritated at this point. And I was too. I'm like, Kiki, pipe down and go somewhere else. Get away from the camera, take your mic, and fix your hair and fix your makeup. Go somewhere else. Her whole family is annoying. Her whole family is annoying. I ain't like this because they felt like, what else she could have done? If I was asked a question, how was I supposed to answer it? And then as Kimmy explained it, Kiki looked stupid. Because she said, what am I supposed to do, Kiki? What am I supposed to do? Well, I commend you for being honest, right? I commend you telling the truth. So do you think the type of conversation could have been dealt with had Tisha said yes, she was talking about Mel? Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. So Tisha thanks everybody for coming. She's there at the event. Marcel gives her a watch. I don't know what type of watch it was. Then Mel gives Tisha a gift. Still trying to be there for her. The family is checking myself for what he said last season about Tisha being from the wrong side of the tracks. Because every time we come to the point of where everybody else have come from, Marcel wants to go above and beyond and say, I come from the streets. I come from not the projects, but the homeless. And you from the other side. You from the projects. Everybody's checking him. And he's backpedaling and trying to use big words to try to not say what he meant. Marcel, just stop talking about wrong side of the tracks. You come from the apartments. I came from the homeless. I'm like, it don't matter. It don't matter. Stop talking about your wife's family like that. Stop talking about your wife's struggles like that because they don't want Tisha to seem like a joke. Too late she is, especially she got Marcel as a husband. But he apologized, I guess. Then Kimmy talks to Tisha. Tisha goes on and on and on about how we're going to move forward. And I felt, you weren't there for me. Why won't you have my back? And she's always crying and it's annoying. Shut the fuck up, Tisha. Stop. But then Kimmy had to let her know the real deal. When it came down to Kimmy dealing with Maurice's ex-wife, I call her Kiwi because I can't say her name right. She was told all types of hoes, prostitutes, homewreckers, all that and then some, and nobody stood up for her. And let's not forget, Tisha, last season the Love and Marriage Huntsville Network gave us a never before seen clips of the show. We get a never before seen clip of you inviting Kiwi into your home and you're listening to Kiwi talk about Kimmy in that nasty manner. And you co-signed on it. So who's talking about being loyal, being friend? I thought you was my sister. I thought we were there for each other. When you agreed to Maurice's ex-wife about how she looked at Kimmy, knowing that Kiwi was already in another situation at that point. So Kimmy had nothing to do with it. So Tisha missed me with your juvenile, middle school, elementary school relationship like rules. Missed me with it. Then Kimmy said in the confessional, Tisha is spoiled. She's spoiled. And I believe that us being on this show, us catering to her, have allowed her to feel like this and to react to this, which is stumbling because Kimmy said, I feel like I'm a broken record. Every time I think I'm getting through, I'm trying to explain it so she can understand, it goes back to, I'm not there for her. Or, it's over, we're done, because you're not showing me no loyalty, you're not there for me. She said, how can I be there for you if you don't allow me or you don't let me tell you when you're wrong? When you're wrong, Tisha, you need to just admit it and be done with it. You keep going back to Mel being a mean girl. Mel did this to you. But let's not forget, Mel put you up on game on how to be a mother, a career woman, and a wife at the same time. But you act as if like she never taught you nothing. Oh, let's not forget again. I got a lot. You created the same exact font that she used for her line, thinking that that's not the same thing, but it is. Everything that you're doing, you're trying to create a way for Mel to notice you. For Mel to be like, okay, she's on her business. Maybe I'll be friends with her again because you still want to be friends with Mel. You still want to. So you're trying to go on and on about how things have been going. And then, of course, last season, you and your mama was reveling in Melody's downfall with her marriage. You were. So, Tisha, you going to really get on my nerves with this season. I swear. You need to grow up. How can somebody be a friend or a sister to you if you don't like accept when you taking the L? If you said something wrong in a passive aggressive manner and somebody catches it and tells you, like, girl, I get it. You're trying to get your point across, but you didn't have to say that. You could have said something and moved on. But you still wanted to get your point across. But in this crying, whining, quivering voice that you have is just annoying. Both Martell and Tisha are going to get on my nerves this season. But that's all I got for y'all tonight. I mean, this episode was a very interesting way of showing us what the trailer did already. And I cannot wait to dive right in. All right, y'all. You guys have a good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Bye-bye.